first story, a true classic of cheating. Everyone can relate to it. We were married for 20 years and had 3 children. I didn't work for the last few years. The eldest was enrolling, the youngest was taking him to clubs, and the middle one had psychological problems that needed to be solved. My husband always worked hard. He could come home at 11 o'clock at night or at midnight. His relationship with his sons was strained. He constantly reproached me for not working and sitting on his neck. But as soon as I found some part-time work, I am an English tutor, he began to resent me for not spending enough time with my children. 4 years ago, he had a mistress. I found out about her, frankly speaking, quite quickly. The classic work meetings on weekends, business trips for 3 or 4 days, large expenditures, which he did not explain in any way. In the end, I accidentally took his phone. We have similar models. When he called, and there was a woman's voice. What did I do? I hung up and pretended that nothing had happened. That's how we lived, as if nothing was happening. I cried at first, of course, not because I suffered from his betrayal, but rather from confusion. What am I going to do now? I have 3 children, no job, no apartment of my own. I cried for a few days and made a plan. And yes, it took me almost 4 years to somehow get back on my feet. To start earning money again by tutoring and to save money for rent. I had a chicks day. The funny thing is, when I told him I was leaving, he was very surprised that I knew about him and his mistress. We split up, but when he wanted to live with his mistress, she turned him down. She said, "Why would I want you to cheat on me?" The following story is a classic example of a cheating man's inability to change. He cheated on me 3 times, though I guess the first time is hard to call cheating. I liked one guy, Sasha, a fitness trainer. It was mutual. He courted me, gave me some signs of attention, and made gifts. When his girlfriend texted me, it was a blow. "I'm sorry if you and Sasha don't have anything, but if suddenly you do, you just know. We're a couple." I showed the message to Sasha. He just didn't say anything. I freaked out, took a cab, and went home. It's hard to say why I kept him by my side. Probably it was all due to sporting interest. I thought, well, how could it be? He preferred not me, but another woman. In the end, he broke up with her, and we began to live together. And Sasha's peculiarity was that he never cheated just for sex. He courted, always had a real romance, and made a woman believe that she was his only one. And then I arrived at his workplace one day, and there was a girl there. I knew she was having a private affair with him. They were standing in the hallway, talking in a high-pitched tone, and obviously not about how to pump ass. I walked over and she saw me and understood. Sasha hadn't told her he had a girlfriend either. It's always devastating. It's like falling into an abyss. But I loved him. I loved him very much. I just could not imagine how I would leave the man I loved. Although there was where and on what. I found out about his 3rd mistress because she began to write in her social networks about her personal life, about relationships with men, and it was all very similar to our story with him. She was studying with him too, by the way. He at first convinced me that I was imagining things, I made it up. I told him, "Sasha, be a man. Tell me the truth." And he confessed. Now, that's disgusting. I didn't have that emptiness anymore, but it's so disgusting. Not only from the betrayal, but also from the fact that he told this girl a lot of personal things about us. We eventually broke up. The irony is that it wasn't even his cheating that caused it.